Love.
Not something. Someone.
This film, my heart. You broke it. One of the beautiful things about The Creature is that he's experiencing life for the very first time. And I was wondering, what are your memories of first seeing yourselves on screen?
Oh. My father got a video camera, and I actually shared this with Guillermo. We made a movie called It Lives, where I was the monster. You know, I think I'm 10 years old, and covered in like paint. I'm like kind of a Dracula-ish type monster that comes in, and then there's like my cousin played a ninja that tries to kill me, and then I kill him, and then my sister is like the love interest, and then she, you know, instead of being scared, she reaches out her hand, and then that kills me. Love kills me in the end, you know? And so that was the first time I really saw myself on screen. I was like, I'm amazing.
I think I was so stoked. I think I was elated. I couldn't believe it. You know, I wanted it so badly.
Well, you're doing the right jobs. You're doing the right jobs.
Thanks.
Frankenstein's creature is obviously the result of a genius invention. What qualities would you guys take from each other to create Oscar Stein?
Nice.
Very clever.
Probably his acting ability. I would steal that straight away. That'd be the first thing I took. Give me that. And then I'd take his watch.
Yeah, I would take your rings. Take your rings. You know, I was really inspired by Jacob on set. You know, the first time I saw him on set, it was heartbreaking. I just couldn't believe it because it's also the creature at its most terrifying in some ways. But the movement, the grace, the discipline that Jacob had. You know, also being the ages that he's at, which I was not at all at that point in my life.
15.
Yeah, 15 years old.
15 years
so
old.
Disciplined. So I would steal his youth.
Yeah.
Wasted on the young.
My creator.
The creature finally feels seen the moment he meets Elizabeth. Which actor in the industry really made you guys feel seen and has really embraced you?
Al Pacino. I mean, the first 10 years of my career, I was just doing an Al Pacino impersonation. A bad one because no one could tell I was doing it. But that's all I was trying to
I'm
do.
watching that back.
Yeah,
I'm
if
doing
you watch the early,
on that.
if you watch the early things, you're like, oh, he's just trying to do Dog Day Afternoon the entire time.
Attica! I literally said.
Yeah. I literally said Attica a few times. So and then to get to meet him and to see him and like he's been so lovely and he's sent me probably the most beautiful message after he watched Frankenstein.
I have three. Eric Dane, Josh Brolin, and Coleman Domingo. Three people that have made me feel incredibly special in this profession.
Now. Run.
Jacob, I imagine you must have done so much work around your voice and growl as well. How much did the voice change as you were working on it?
Well, I knew I didn't want to play the same voice through the sort of 3 stages that I had in my head for him, but it changed a lot. There were moments, we were still figuring it out as I was shooting with David Bradley, because I was learning, the creature learns language from him, so I had the way that he was speaking and the way that he came to the role wasn't something I could have anticipated, and then I'd get a text from Guillermo in the evening after a day of shooting and he'd just say, more gravel, you know, and then I'd spend the night thinking about what do you do to you? How do you do that, you know? It was a constantly evolving process up until I recorded the voiceover, which was at the end of the film, which was quite cool because it was always moving.
The way that you say
Thank you.
Frankenstein in that trip.
In that shit.
Oh, cool. I'm like, oh.
No, I think that was recently.
So
that was
good.
only a couple
Even the
months
way you say Victor broke my heart.
ago. Well, it's all he has to convey everything.
Victor.
Everyone fears the creature. What are the biggest fears that you guys have had to overcome as actors?
Ourselves, our very selves.
A man in the mirror.
Man in the mirror.
Back again? Back again, are we? Doing it again, are we?
Just me. Just that.
Just this guy,
You
right?
thought that was good, did you?
Speaking of fears though, do you guys have any irrational fears? Mine are pigeons.
Pigeons.
I've met a few people with that.
I think the
I'm not scared of
cockroaches
anything.
for me, I just really can't do it.
Not
I've
scared.
tried and I scream, I run. Can't do it.
Valid.
I'm not scared
Not
of
scared
it.
of anything.
Not scared of anything.
Fearless.
So cool.
I'm not scared.
So
So cool.
Irrational fears.
Love.
Yeah, this thing's gone spooky, actually.
You actually want to run right now.
I want to leave.
I must confess, I never considered what would come after creation.
The monster can never die, and that's the beautiful thing about movies, is that they live on forever. What is it about these characters that you think will have a lasting impact on you both?
I hope movies live forever.
Julian Schnabel has talked about how art can only be, there's no such thing as pessimistic art, because even everybody in the artwork lives forever. You know, even when you're seeing death, it's not real death. So there's something about that that's kind of amazing. An experience like this is so unique. It's once in a lifetime. You know, every moment of it. It's the first time I've kept a journal of nearly every day of being on set that I go back to. It was like a holy experience, an unholy experience as well. And the thing to take is just this collaboration relationship with Guillermo.
Yeah, for me it's the same thing. It's that I, in my lifetime, got to work with someone who's not only a hero, somebody that I'd formed as my hero when I was under 12, you know, but also to be respected by and to be in creative collaboration with someone that I think is a really important artist. That's the greatest feeling in the world.
I mean, this film is a real cinematic experience. Which film would you guys love to experience for the very first time again?
I mean, Dog Day Afternoon is my favorite movie of all time. I've seen it so many times.
But that first watch
But to see it the first time, yeah. I'd say maybe Dog Day again.
Yeah.
Frankenstein.
I would love to see The Dark Knight in cinemas again with my dad at 11. I've seen that movie so many times, but that first time that anyone in the world saw that, I think everyone was like, what is this? You know, I would love to see that performance, Heath's performance for the first time again, you know.
Well, I can't wait to watch this again. Thank you
Great.
guys so much. Such
Thank
a pleasure.
you. Cheers.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.